Here's Megan Brown. And away we go. First pitch low. Popped up. It will stay in play, and nice job there. And David Irwin is our third base umpire.
No, she's not, but you may find it might be a little bit more difficult in this caliber.
Yeah. Chop right back to Boyer. And she'll take care of Brown in a clean. I'll start next weekend with the Alabama Crimson Tide coming to Oxford. Terrific start. We talked with Jamie Traxel, though. Before.
This is what we were expecting, but being able to fine-tune a little bit of those things that they were more looking for here out of an Ole Miss Rebel.
Her 5th of the season. She's second to Maddie George's 7.
And another.
This Ole Miss offense has kind of picked up where they left off. There goes Malvin. The throw is in time. Boy, what a throw.
She was going to be running here.
There's a smash by Pickens. Nice job. 420, yeah, I'd say that. And a slugging percentage just south of 700 at 696. And she muscles one to the left side, and she done a great job, as the entire staff. 464 batting average, and that will climb even more. That is a sharp single to right.
Weren't staying stagnant for the latter half of the few innings.
This one is skied. It will stay in play, and making the Thomas, one of 2 sophomores. Hawks pops one up on the right side of the infield. And in 11 games for the Warhawks. Starting lineup today for ULM. Oh, how about that? Forehand to have her staying in that lineup. I should say in the dugout. Swing and a miss. And then if any of those reach, we will see. And she lifts one into center. Played perfectly.
Talking about extension, she has one of the prettiest swings I think I have ever.
Connects, it goes far, and just like that, that is a missile up the middle, folks. I mean, you talk about like in football, bone-crushing hit. Well, she has bone-crushing.
Kind of drain it out just a tad.
Thompson, one of the veteran leaders in her 4th season with the Rebels. How about that at bat? Falling behind 0-2, and
some solid contact. Inning, you've seen that. You left a couple on. You strand just a few. You couldn't ask for a better lineup between the two right now, given the situation with bases loaded and 1 out. All you're going to try to do is this right here.
And it's everybody. And so here's Mackenzie Pickens. She smashes one to short. They go to the plate, and they get the force. Nice job by L. Carter. Throwing to Kovar to force Thompson.
They go home versus once they come back, and she's one of those that you know does the work.
And Yamas grounds one to the right side of the infield. Nice job. First base umpire Scott Mayer said no. 1-1 the count.
We're talking about the strikeouts per inning. There's usually about 1 in here.
And a soft liner right back to Boyer. 22 nationally. She also led the Sun Belt with 74 hits. This year it's been a difference. Hit 416 last year. Swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss. Just the 6th time that Maddie George has struck out this year in 58 at-bats.
Oops.
Yep. Here in this beautiful new complex. Well, it's just a year old. I guess we can still call it new. So far, a infield single by Taylor Malvin. Driving in the only run of the game, and this one is a slow roller to the right side against Emily Boyer. First pitch swinging is Megan Brown. And
quite an increase there on that. You see so many.
Redshirt sophomore, and there's a bouncer to short to second. The relay in time.
In the air yesterday, she was talking about how Starr is such a spectacular player. Was not expecting that from her at all, and she kind of.
Pickens. But she was gunned down at the plate. Nice throw by. Snap throw down to first by Kovar. And there is ball 4 per walk. There's a bouncer off the glove of Wagner, and there won't be a play. The throw over to third is not in time. In the first, and bounce into that fielder's choice in the second, and she sends one deep to left. This one is way on out of here.
What an absolutely fantastic job needs to before she can get the barrel on it. She lays off of that off speed, the first pitch, knowing that's plan, going in there with an idea, knowing what pitch you want to hit, and she takes that ball. Stay inside so that ball does stay fair. I think she's struggled a lot this year with being hit so many times. I know she's towing up.
There's a smash. Zen, though, knocks it down and will the only scratch against Boyer so far was a walk last inning. That one off the glove of the third baseman, Thompson.
Before it gets out of your control.
Slow roller to short, the flip to second, the relay in time.
Outing she's had all weekend. The idea is to be out there as less as possible to get.
Swing and a miss and another strikeout.
Best conference in the nation. There's no argue about it.
There's a smash to right center field, and a leadoff single by Cassie Roman is on deck. And what an afternoon she has had. Swing and a miss. As Ole Miss trying to complete the 4-game sweep this weekend at the annual last night against ULM. 7.
Some of the toughest offense, some of the toughest defense.
Yeah, you better be locked and loaded before you begin SEC play. There's the third base coach last year. He's now at Texas as the associate head coach. And she said yes, it's glad to be back.
So those hitters go into the box with a plan, all
to lead things off, and she rolls one to short. Kovar with a full count, and she slaps a base hit into right field.
Short.
It's going to be an error on.
And this is the most momentum the Warhawks have had all day. I feel like there's a solid shift right now going into next week.
Popped up. Grace Thompson makes the over-the-shoulder catch. There's a bouncer right back to Boyer, who throws to third and gets the force. There's strike 3 called. Angelo State. In fact, she was named a Division II first-team All-American. Yeah. Against Mercer. And that one, did it hit the... Yeah. She's trotting first. Down to first. She sends this one to left, but this one's going to be playable near the track.
3, Percy Yamas.
And so here's Percy Yamas, somebody that can protect her.
Absolutely.
And Maddie George has done just that. There's a base hit to right on cue by Percy Yamas. And this one is lifted, and it's going to be foul down in the...
It's not always something you're promised when you get to a college, when you get to a team.
Slow roller, that's Thompson to her left. She slings it over on 12 out of 13, but they have on the brink of losing.
Has definitely seen some of the minimum.
And there's a strikeout. 3-hitter, gave up just 1 run. She was absolutely amazing.
CC and home opener next weekend. I think this is exactly what you wanted to see by her. Another fantastic outing.